Hello, everyone.
Okay.
It's me, Goldcaster Garzilla here, and I'm here today to read the obituary for Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger. After what happened in episode 13, I said that the show was in the final nail of the coffin of why I did not like the show, and these were the last words that I heard from it. How the fuck can you not like this show? It's super funny. I put a lot of time and effort into this. He then proceeded, I proceeded to then get on my knees and cry as I watched the almost deceased corpse of Zenkaiger standing there, laying there on the ground. He was very upset, knowing that this is going to be the end. I told him, you had so much potential to be a great anniversary season. He grabbed me by the cuff of my hand, by the cuff of my neck. He pulled me in tight and whispered in my ears, "Don't count me out yet. I still got one good episode left in me." I told him, "Prove it." He got up, dusted himself off, and then slammed episode 14 right into my fucking face because goddamn was that a beautiful episode.
Okay.
It's not really much of an obituary, but yeah. Cue the roll call.
We are live! Zenkaiger!
Connect.
Loading.
Broadcast.
Tempered Zeal! Bluecaster, Super Ichi! Loud and Impulsive, Greycaster, Late!
Illuminating the Tokuverse, Goldcaster Garza.
A spark of courage, the power of dreams. Orange Caster, Global Soft Perka.
Broadcasting hundreds of opinions across the world!
Radio Sentai Castranger.
I was fully expecting you to say he got up in my face and said, "Cue the roll call."
Seriously, was that a reference to something?
No.
Welcome to Radio Sentai Castranger, episode 345. Blaze is here on point. It's episode Lileap.
What's a Lileap?
Oh, it's Lileap? I thought that was Lileap.
It is Lileap, I think.
Lileap, maybe, yeah.
What?
It's been a while.
Lileap, it's that, ancient plant Pokemon.
Oh, the green thing.
Yeah, he was in Pokemon Snap. Or New
the
Snap.
purple thing.
Yeah, and then it evolves into Cradley, because it's just... Yeah, because Cradley is just, it bloomed.
I never knew the name of that Pokemon.
Yeah.
Dark Flower. I don't know. It looks like a heartless flower.
It's not the dick Pokemon, Decker.
No, that's something else. Alright. For those who might be tuning into our show for the first time, thank you for checking us out.
That would have been a weird way to start off Castro for some new thing.
Just fake obituaries.
You know, I really heard about these Castranger guys. I'm gonna check them out. What the hell? Who's this guy? Why is he having trouble speaking?
I love your voice for the internet.
I love your voice for the internet, too.
Thank you.
We are a bunch of
high-praising Sentai fanatics.
I was gonna say we're a bunch of fill-in-the-blanks.
We're a bunch of filling-in-the-blanks here. Where we talk about tokusatsu, mainly Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, and a third thing.
Except our third thing is also Kamen Rider this week.
Nani?
So this...
I was just putting my Tamagotchi to sleep.
That's fine.
Tamagotchi sleep?
I mean, if they didn't, you wouldn't get any sleep. I know, from personal experience. Alright, so this week we are talking about Zenkaiger episode 14. That's right, Zenkaiger first. Saber episode 38. Hold your tongue, literally. And then our feature topic is apparently episode 1 of the Sword of Logos Saga specials.
Actually.
Okay.
Are you
I am.
That remains to be seen.
I'm actually pretty good. It's been a pretty good day. You know, it wasn't super hot out. I clocked in 13,000 steps today. That's a first in a long time.
That's pretty good.
You know, I got myself.
I mean, that was largely the result of shaking my phone in anger, but yeah.
I went to go get myself a sub because I actually was able to not buy fast food for 10 days. But yeah, I'm having a good time.
Cool. All right.
You know, as that whole obituary mentioned, yeah, Zenkaiger this week. Literally went from, this show's alright to, holy shit, this was such a good episode.
But let's get into it. Hold on. We must observe our formalities. Lane, please take us in.
Change to Zenkai.
Now you may proceed.
Okay.
Am I an idiot because I actually got caught off guard by the episode twist?
Oh, I saw it coming a fucking mile away.
Okay, so I am. I'm sorry.
I thought when I saw like Kaito got like defeated, I knew that wasn't the end of him.
Of course he wouldn't have actually died. It's episode goddamn 14.
No, but I thought only him and Zox were in on it, and not the other Zenkaigers. Also, okay, I need to get in on this. Decker just showed an interesting image. So
them with the fucking flags.
I love these two. Stop using the CGI versions.
Oh, no, Lane, no. Okay, last week, I was harping on this show for how bad that CGI was, like, of the CGI models. You want to know what happened? They did a thing. They listened. Look how much better they look.
Yes.
It's hard to say they look bad if you can't see them in close detail. If you put them that far away, of course they're not going to look all right.
I personally think they work so much better as just practical puppet models. Because we get the ending scene where like they're all like having their food like that, and you see them in the background and like they're in the corner of the table or whatever beside Flint, but they're just there. They're moving their arms up and down, moving their heads and stuff, and they're still looking cute as shit. And I'm like, yeah, just use the practical ones. They're so much better. They look real and they look like they're actually there.
Sell the toys by actually showing the toys.
Even though the toys are...
Aren't they controlled by, like, a PlayStation controller?
Xbox 360. But yeah, they look so much better when they're, like, actually in scale. And they're not shoved right in your face. And look emotionless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like... when the episode starts with like, because I forgot to mention this last week, but like I really hate when these episodes end with like no like actual like conclusion.
You mean a multi-part episode, a cliffhanger?
Yeah, you mean a cliffhanger?
Like,
you mean something fiction and television shows do all the fucking time?
But it wasn't a cliff. It wasn't like a part 2 to the last week's episode because they already. Stacy came out and was just like, "Oh, I'm pissed because you guys haven't been pay attention to me." And then this episode was literally,
welcome to my biggest problem with the show.
Fuck Stacy. Like they shit on Stacy so fucking hard, so much to the point they destroyed his fucking mech already.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Is the Caesar Robo like for reals dead? Because then it fucking exploded.
Is that gonna last?
Oh no, they'll probably make a Mark II,
or just repair it.
Nah, I want Mark II.
We haven't seen a toy announcement for it yet, and that concerns me.
Why does it deserve a Mark II? It hasn't done anything interesting yet except blow up their other monsters.
But guys, it gave us an awesome, beautiful sunset shot.
Oh boy.
No, I did like that shot where it showed like the Shinkenger form.
It was a like, fucking sunset sword duel.
Yeah, it was very nice.
That was all right.
It's a beautiful thing.
But so the premise of the episode is Stacy makes Zox an offer. If you defeat Zenkaiger, I'll give you the SD-Topia gear. And Zox's counter offer, you take me there and I get it myself.
All right, and you know,
I just love the scene where like Zox could have just like straight up just ambushed fucking Kaito or something and just did it, but instead he just went straight to Kaito, and the other Zenkaigers straight up told him the truth and was like, I need your help with this, and Kaito was like, is this gonna help you get the Estitopia gear? Yes, then I'm fucking helping you.
So
and
So this is the rogue 6th Ranger is warming up to the team episode. He doesn't mind working together with them.
But like, I love that though, because it shows it's smart. It actually makes sense of like. Hey, by the way, guys, Stacy said that he would help me do this thing if I challenged you in a fight. All right, it's better than you ambushing me.
Yeah, you know what? I'll say I'm genuinely surprised he didn't.
Unlike other 6th Ranger.
I'm genuinely surprised his name is Stacy.
Right?
It's meant to be something Japanese or something.
Yeah, I don't know. But earlier someone in our chat was like, "Oh, the team is mourning Kaito's death overly dramatically," and I thought it was, and realized it's fake. No, I didn't realize that because they are that cartoony of a cast of characters. If Kaito actually died, they would react exactly the same. I didn't realize they were in on it. I called the actual twist, but I didn't realize they were actually in on it too. But it makes sense in retrospect because Zox went to talk to them, so obviously they discussed the plan.
That makes
that was
also.
You first, Lane.
Lane, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Gar was still talking because I could barely hear him. The funniest thing for me, and I don't know why this made me chuckle so fucking hard, and like I hope Decker or Kaguya or someone can get like this actual shot. But it's like when they're having like the celebratory food or whatever like that like the grandma made. There's just this one shot of just Zox like looking at this like packaged like meat bun, and he just goes, "Yo, and I'm just like, and I was just I couldn't stop laughing for like 2 minutes because I just
food that looks that good. You just have to pirate like.
I thought you were gonna talk about the fucking dance off.
That was stupid.
That was Guardians of the Galaxy.
That was stupid.
It was very stupid.
No. Okay, Lane, I would have agreed with you.
There it is.
But you know what? It works. If it were okay, imagine if you will, how in Decade when he tried to use the Imagine powers, it was just the
catchphrases.
The catchphrases.
Kusai wa kitanai.
Yeah. So this is the set. Like, what does everyone remember about Battle Fever J? They dance. There's more to Battle Fever J than just the dancing thing.
Nope, dance.
Nope, we're gonna do the dancing thing.
Speaking of Sentai, it was really cool to see them use Koguma Sky Blue's ability.
Holy shit!
Okay, that was awesome.
No, holy shit!
I really miss Q Ranger.
Did this?
I just love the space theme. I just love it.
Like, did this fight between the two of them really show off how well the Sentai gears could be in combat?
Right.
Because they were blitzkrieging through like several of freaking the gears. They used Live Man to summon the Falcon Saber, freaking Mask Man to use the Aura power. Again, the Q rank, like Zox uses the Q Ranger one and uses the Ogama Sky Blue, like the Ogama Q-Tama to grow himself bigger.
And let's talk about that for a second. So Zox using the Sentai gears so far has given him the power of the 6th Ranger of each team. Does this call into question Ho-Oh Soldier's status as 6th Ranger and Q Ranger if the Ranger that came out of the Q Ranger gear was Koguma Sky Blue?
Then again, he used Geki Chopper, who is technically not a 6th Ranger.
Something new, a new conflict.
Yeah.
I think it's it's a randomizer.
I think it's just anyone that's not the core team.
Yeah.
I've always stated that Ryu Commander is the mentor.
Oh, no, Ryu Commander was never in the running for 6th Ranger.
No, Ho Soldier is the 6th Ranger of the team.
Yes.
He's the new guy with the weird gimmick and stuff. But yes, Decker was about to get to that. Stacy summons Jacka, And I love that Vroom thinks of tells Zox to use the Jacka gear, and he summons Big One, and Big One just his ability is he has influence.
He commands Jack to fight Stacy instead.
I thought that was fucking amazing.
Like, I could nitpick
because Big One's that fucking badass of a dude.
No, I could nitpick about how did he get the Jacka Sentai gear? It doesn't really make sense. But the Big One payoff was worth it.
Yeah, I don't even care why he has it.
Because he fired it, Big One showed up, it just went silent. Because they're like, what are you doing? He turns around and he just doesn't jump into...
It's not a weapon, it's not an ability, it's just the power of authority.
Yeah, just... I just love how slowly he just walked into Zox being like...
Yep.
All right, now...
He just gets the stick.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that, about that season, so it was kind of funny seeing him just turn them all against Stacy.
Oh yeah, I guess you weren't here when we talked about Jacka last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then like Stacy still continues to get mad. Also, Tochi Tendo are starting to butt heads with each other.
Oh yeah.
Like, what's this?
Infighting.
Kenan has just like, why the fuck do you keep interrupting like with my my shed? Like, just you're supposed to be making us better tech, so fucking do that. And he's like, oh, go fuck it.
One other thing I noticed that I liked was all 6 of them henshin together, and the standby chimes of their 2 different morphers lined up perfectly. I kind of enjoyed that.
Oh, that was such a beautiful shot.
I just still love hearing just Seki just go yo-ho!
And also of particular note, Kaiser isn't a Zenkaiger, and the show reflects that because when they did their roll call, the 5 of them said their names, and then we got the Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger, and then Kaiser did his, which means he's not quote-unquote fully integrated into the Zenkaiger team yet, if at all.
Yeah, I don't know. The iconic Donin Sorote is sort of like, how are you supposed to top that?
I feel like it's definitely possible that they could change it to Rokunin Sorote, because it is a new show. It feels like the next step, you know what I mean? But I could see it going either way, where they never do it or they eventually do it.
Just gorgeous team pose in this episode. And I like how they're not like, oh, let's just revive another Monster of the Week. No, they just bring in the generals. They don't bring in the generals, they bring in the Kudaks and like...
there was no Monster of the Week this time.
The higher level Kudaks, and it's just...
Wait, there wasn't.
And like, it's great because like it's starting to show you don't need a Monster of the Week when we have a simple plot. Let's go with it.
This is what happens when the show realizes that it should have some plot.
This is when it realizes the show needs to breathe to be a good show.
Yeah.
And yes, the GIF that Decker posted, hey, I'm posting a picture of the screenshot. There's a good joke.
I fucking loved the poster.
Like, just...
yeah.
Their acting club poster.
Rave review from producer H. Kato. I sense unlimited potential from this group of actors. Juran brings out the real flavor of a middle-aged man. Gowon is unprehensible. Vroon is serious, and Majin is just plain cute. The captain, Goshikita Kaito...
Gowon is incomprehensible, which means he can't understand him.
Is a real hard worker. but I just love how much the feather thing was not a good joke. This is a good joke.
Yeah.
Because
I love the thing at the top. Get a load of us, other troops.
Just performing as themselves.
And performing January 1st through December 31st, so all year.
Yeah, all year long.
They should have done performing there should have been the start date of the series and the end date of the series.
I don't think they want to confirm when the end date is.
Yeah, that would have been funny though.
But usually December 31st is when we get the casting announcement.
Yeah, but it should have been just the week it started and then the week before next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Total Drama Zenkai.
I would watch that.
I know you would.
Oh my goodness, Jude's voice actor as Gowon would fit perfectly.
And speaking of the whole Jack being summoned thing, I immediately respect Stacy a lot more because when the Jack team that he summoned interrupted Zox's fucking yo-ho-hoi bullcrap.
Yo-ho! Oh! You guys just fucking kicked me in the legs.
Stacy gets some points there.
But I just love how, like, Flint's on the action taking on the weaker grunt.
Yeah, she's straight up shooting mooks! That was cool!
The Kikai Noise are fighting the stronger mooks. You have freaking Zox and Kaito taking on Star Caesar, or taking on Stacy. Because, he's the strongest of them. It's just... Oh!
I also love that, like, after Zenkaiger faked dying, he just comes out of nowhere and fucking rider kicks Stacy.
Yeah. Comeback kick!
Yeah.
Also, just,
That's fucking Majine's clacker spell? That was nuts.
I can't believe this. Last week, I went from being, this show's alright, to like, oh my goodness, this one episode was able to turn everything around.
For me, it's more like, as of last week, I'm like, this show is fucking awful, and this week's episode is like, alright, you did some good stuff.
You can prove that when you let an episode breathe, it works. When you're not trying to cram in fucking 3 things at once in one damn episode.
And I will say it was completely on character for the entire reason Zox did everything he did was, Kaito's more fun than you.
Why would I trust you?
That's fair. You shouldn't.
It's just, you shouldn't have trusted me. Bitch, I didn't.
I kind of really like Zox and Kaito's sort of relationship. It's a very interesting. It's clear that they like almost begrudgingly respect each other, but like
yeah,
it's very strange. It's not like anything I've ever really seen before.
I'm still not a fan of Zox as a character in his entirety, but the dynamic between him and Kaito is proving to be somewhat entertaining.
It's definitely entertaining.
Yeah, no, I've liked Zox since he first showed up, so.
I like how Kaito never even explained how he survived. It's just
Aura power.
Morphin Masters.
You want an explanation? Watch the damn show.
Yes.
What was 1987? 33 years ago?
34.
That was like 34 years ago. It's on my list, though.
Alright.
I need to watch it.
I also really love that moment where Tukayo uses his fucking crocodile face to eat Stacy Caesar's rockets.
And, okay, I'll admit, after watching that fight, I'm like, okay, you know what? Tukayo, you're starting to warm up on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Tukayo looks like I said. I think Tukayo looks great on like the show, but like the toys just doesn't do it justice.
I'll say this: the Shiken form looks better than the Ranger form.
Katana.
Yeah, Katana.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I just have. You know what? I don't think I've talked about this yet. So Riki and Katana are their 2 little brothers. Riki has a child's voice. Katana definitely does not.
No.
That is not a child in there.
Who is it? Ben Schwartz.
Hey guys, I'm here to promote Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Go back to being MODOK's son. Okay.
Or go back to being John Ralphio in Parks and Rec.
Go back to being Dewey from DuckTales.
He's the worst.
Go back to being Leonardo in Rise of TMNT.
I love John Ralphio. That's Sonic, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
That song from the movie.
Also,
have you seen his sister yet?
Yes, she's disgusting.
Money now, please.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, what's this?
Wait, what's this? Hang on.
Oh, I see Riki and Katana Rangers.
Those are cool.
I see Kirame Gold, Kirame Black.
Which meant to be Garza.
That's Garza and Mabushina.
Oh, cool.
Oh, those were
That's neat.
sick.
That's actually cool concepts.
And the other 2 also look great. Imagine that.
Genuinely sad Mabushina.
If Riki and Katana became their own Rangers?
Yeah, it was.
You know what? I actually kind of like those
a
designs.
Sentai squad.
I do. They look real. They look like actual designs.
Oh, that could have worked.
Right?
Damn it.
All right. Well, next episode of Zenkaiger is going to be retro. retro world.
And I saw Zox in like an Elvis like costume, and I was like,
oh no,
there's Kaido looking like a 1970s tokusatsu pro tag.
Oh boy, this is gonna. Man. I feel like this will be a good episode. This will be entertaining.
I'm gonna say the outfit Zuran's in fits him fucking perfectly.
Yeah.
Shotaro Zenkai Mori. Close.
All right, let's get into Saber.
Do we have to?
Yes.
All right.
Man, some shit happened this episode.
Yeah, some bad shit.
So it was really, really hard to find a face of the week because there was so much serious shit going on.
I got it one.
Well, no, I got one. So
how
I
did you both got one?
So I just got the shot here of Toma just looking surprised. But
everyone, you post yours, and then everyone can vote for the one they like with emote reacts. Yeah, I love it. Like, so Isaac, like, I'm gonna call him that because I'm tired of saying the name Master Logos. So Isaac is like, I'm tired of waiting for the world to be destroyed. We need some music, and by music, I mean violence.
I don't.
Ooh, I love Ichi. Is this the psycho like you wanted?
That's the psycho I imagined.
Right? That looks good. I like that. I like that a lot.
Okay, can I talk about how I think of Saber right now? Since
sure.
Oh,
yeah. So you've just caught up. So.
Fuck, is this show a hot mess?
I actually think it's gotten good in the last 10 episodes.
I would say so too, but the problem is, I feel like there are some choices that I do not like.
Such as?
Some of the directing shots.
Okay.
Like as a director, I think that could have been handled well. Why does everything need to be shot from high above in some shots? I'm like, that makes no goddamn sense. Why?
It's cool looking.
No, it's not! It's not cool when you're looking at the top of someone's head while they're in the middle of a goddamn conversation. You're fired, whoever freaking directed that episode.
I was like, oh, okay, I'll just leave then.
Freaking just the whole thing. Master Logos is heavily not casted, right?
That's what I've been saying.
I do not like his motives because it's the dumb thing of, oh, I'm gonna destroy the world. Asshole, you live in the world.
Why? Because I'm bored.
No, but he's gonna destroy the world, then reshape it in his image.
Yeah, that's the thing. As we've seen a little bit about in. Although I will we haven't gotten to the feature topic yet. We don't know if that was actually what he wants or if he's just bullshitting for the sake of convincing Hayato. But also in the next episode, we're gonna supposedly hear more about Logos' true motives. And I swear to God, if it's just I was secretly due for good reasons all along. I'm like, God damn it.
Like, I hate and I feel like him being a writer was an afterthought. Just from how kit-bashed his design is, he was definitely not meant to be a writer.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of his design, regardless of whether it was a kit-bash or not.
It just... Oh, my sword looks like King Arthur. You could have worked that into the plot somehow.
They could, did he not steal King of Arthur? He could have just actually used King of Arthur.
He could have just taken King of Arthur for himself. And then retooled it. But no, it's just, I have a new sword now.
It looks the same for a reason we won't get into.
It would
have been so easy for him, as his new form debuts, he waves his hand, the King of Arthur ride book floats over and explodes, and he's repurposed that energy into the new Khaled Bulg.
Yeah.
That would explain why it looks the same, because it's been destroyed and repurposed.
Fuck, it's been 5 episodes and Storius is finally doing something again.
Yeah.
I feel like Storius was meant to be the endgame villain.
That could still happen.
He could still be. We got 6 to 8 episodes left. I'm not sure how many episodes we have left. I think 40 or 50.
I don't know.
Anyways, 40 or something. We're already on episode 38.
By the way,
I said 48. I think you said 48.
By the way, I just want to say I was correct in calling this episode was going to be the debut of Xross Saber because weeks ago when we talked about its first reveal, I'm like, I think it's going to be episode 38, and lo and behold, here we are.
Wow.
And I want to talk about the most useless character in the entire show, and it's not May.
Oh.
It's Bach.
For me, I was just
Bach?
really happy to see Ikazuchi again.
Ikazuchi?
I mean, oh, you mean the sword, yeah.
Yes, I mean the sword.
We saw the lightning sword.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. But just Bach?
Because it just seems after everything that happened with Espada that poor Ikazuchi, the sword, has been put on super back burner despite being a sword that I think deserves or being actually used in the show.
Well, it feels like it's going to be featured pretty prominently very shortly.
Man, the fucking shit with the talking out with his dad was just so that was such a nice scene. I'm glad that happened.
Oh no!
Because he that's what Kento needed. Talk to his dad. He needed to hear from his own father hey man, you're doing all right, kid. You're good.
Well, I want to get into that in a little bit, but before we get too far into that, back to Bach. I agree that Bach is like so shallow and cartoony of a villain, but I will say I enjoyed thoroughly Toma just giving him a fucking verbal shit kicking. He walked up to Bach and went, "No, this is your problem. Knock that emo shit off, you fucking ancient asshole."
But it could have been handled so much better. Honestly, since his return, since in episode 34 to now, what has he done of actual importance?
Fought.
Fuck all.
He's just been there to fight for the sake of fighting.
No, it was a waste of a... No.
I'm glad that they're acknowledging him and not acting like he doesn't exist.
But he wants to not exist.
The reason he's in the show was because the Logos needed all the fucking words to scheme his plan, but if they forgot about Falchion, you included, Ichi, would fucking rant and go, "Oh wait though, they need Falchion sword to fucking complete the thing."
And you know how they could have easily resolved that?
King of Arthur sword.
Isaac opens the Book of Ruin, pulls Kiyomu out of it, closes the book, and Bach doesn't show up again. I feel like they could have gotten away with that.
Not to mention, it was a waste of Masahi Taniguchi's time.
Taniguchi.
Oh, Taniguchi, sorry. Just, you know what it is? This character is a complete 180 of his other writer. Amazon Alpha.
Uh-huh.
He served a purpose to the plot. He was of importance.
He was complex and interesting.
Bach.
I want everything to die! Rah! Me angry cause betrayed! Humanity sucks!
But I just fucking hate...
I just feel like he should have gotten his own special. I mean, you would have thought that the movie would have been that, but it barely actually featured.
It was a 20-minute fight scene. We've been over that.
The 20-minute theater special was a waste of time. There was... What purpose did it serve? Nothing. And that's how I honestly feel about this show. It's like, you have a good idea in this show, but it's not being executed to its fullest potential. And you know what? I'm going to blame the head writer. We're on episode 38. How many episodes has he written so far? 13.
That's my biggest problem. The inconsistency of having multiple writers on a show is honestly, I think, a root cause of many shows' problems.
The man fucking promised at the press conference for this show, "I will promise to be here for this series. I will not do what I did during Ghost." Oh, look what you're doing. You're doing the exact same thing he did in Ghost.
You want to know the last time he wrote an episode? 31.
Oh, boy.
Which means for the last 2 months, it's been nothing but Keiichi Hasegawa and this newcomer writer who also wrote the Sword of Logos Saga. Yeah, the head writer of the show didn't even write the goddamn Blu-ray miniseries that's meant to connect everything together.
Wow.
My goodness.
This guy I'm sorry. This guy needs to be fired.
So the writer who wrote the start of the show wrote what he wrote and then told someone else, fill in my holes.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
I mean, hell, so far he wrote 21 episodes of Ghost. Or think of it this way. Keiichi Hasegawa, one of the sub-writers for this show, he's also written 13 episodes. Meaning the sub-writer of this show, like one of the other writers for this show, has written 1/3 of the show as well.
Yeah.
How bad do you have to be as the showrunner to hire someone that can't even show up and write your goddamn show?
The show?
The showrunner has been running away from the show.
Exactly.
And honestly, that's why I honestly think that's why the show just doesn't feel... It should be up here with its plot and such, but the execution is halfway there.
I think the show is better at its smaller plot arcs than its overarching plot.
Like, I love the idea of having Kento on his own, Ren with his ass, the two with the siblings in the Sword organization. I like that. It shows that not everyone has to be a good guy on their own terms. I just think it's not executed well. And the whole thing with Luna and how it's wrapped up in one episode, bullshit.
Yeah, it did feel a little abrupt.
Deck, of course he wrote the Saber Ghost special because Ghost was his baby that he wasn't there for most of the time.
He wrote 20 episodes of Ghost out of 50.
Alright, well... So yeah, it turns out that this little floating magic bird that we've been seeing flying around Kento was apparently the spirit of his dead dad, who was apparently somehow rescued by Tassel, even though we haven't seen Tassel in X amount of episodes.
Somehow he was saved by the Guardian of Wonderworld, which is Tassel.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I think it wasn't like him brought back to life because...
No, he's still dead, but his spirit is just freed.
Yeah, it's like a force ghost, basically. Yeah. But yeah, so like he kind of just like he's the one who finally gets through to Kento because this conversation happened because it's exactly what Kento needed. He needed his father to be like, it's okay. You got this. The
same way that Toma told Bach to knock his emo shit off, Hayato told Kento to knock his emo shit off.
And you know what I loved about
calling out in this episode.
You know what I loved about that whole Kento, Kento and his dad.
He needed his father's embrace, and like even proud of you. You've grown so strong. Like it's okay. Like I get it. I get what's this sword's done to you. It did the exact same thing to me.
But Lane, you're forgetting.
Like, I get it.
Lane, you're forgetting the key point to that conversation. He doesn't forgive his father.
Yeah, he was like, this is gonna need more than an apology.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Like, what can go wrong? You left me alone for 15 years. Fair point.
I mean, it's not his fault. He was murdered by Kamijo.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
I mean, we knew that already.
No, we did.
To reach a level where it could interact with him again.
Yeah, yes, we did know that, but now we know more context, and it makes so much more sense.
So yeah, Solomon has been dumbing everyone, and then they all catchphrase back to their feet.
Is this a fucking rider show or a goddamn Sentai?
I mean, I'm starting to see why people say the latter.
I mean, everyone has their own iconic color, everyone's catchphrasing.
I mean, a couple episodes ago, there were 5 of them against Solomon, and they henshined all at once, and I'm like, hey, look, it's a Seiken Sentai.
They even have a shitty CGI effect. Like, it's just... I hate... You know, I want to address this. Solomon, back in episode 36, announced to the world it's coming to an end, so, you know, basically what Perfect Cell said, get a purge going.
And then...
next episode... Oh, no one believes it, so nobody's...
The only way we address that is a throwaway line from Daishinji, oh, humanity is not stupid enough to believe that, and that whole fucking thing is just dropped and gone.
And it's just like, you know...
What was the point?
Like, you see these giant books in the sky, and everything's being torn away, but you see that shot there, if you can just scroll back up, like, you click on it, you see something being destroyed, but the buildings behind them, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And it's just... The problem is... good idea, poor execution. It sounds like a good idea, just destroy the world and such. Where are all the extras screaming in fear? Why isn't the government getting involved? Why is there no giant news reports of the city being destroyed?
I mean, that's a thing in a lot of tokusatsu. I don't think that's a fault specific to Saber.
Hey, man. Fucking guy, freaking what's his face? Roshiro fucking threw some missiles in America. Next episode, we got a news report going, hey, America got fucking bombed. No, they have no excuse. If they could do that shit in a Rider series, they can do it.
I hate because, I know hate's a strong word, but I don't like how they all run up to Logos, and it's just like, oh, I would love to hear the screams. What screams? You're the only assholes in this city.
Yeah.
It feels like for the last few episodes, you guys have just been right around this town perfectly normal.
I mean, we also have to keep in mind that COVID restrictions are a thing.
Yeah, I know COVID restrictions are a thing. So maybe not right around the fact that, BT Dub's world's coming to an end, so we should probably fill in that plot hole there.
Oh, Decker wants your thoughts on the stair climbing meme.
Okay.
Him running up that was turned into a meme.
I don't know why.
Just because of the awkward way he runs.
It's funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't get how it was a joke.
So Saber gives Bach the fucking knock that shit off business and actually kills him, I think.
That's
unhinging too, which I liked.
Well, I mean, he turns into Saber, but not properly. That was weird. That whole shot was weird.
I absolutely hate it.
No, it wasn't him turning into Saber. It was just kind of emanating his the
sure,
power
whatever.
Yeah, he actually just defeated him with the sword. Because when you think about it, that's all you really need is the sword.
He used the awakened power of Rekka.
Yeah, Rekka.
It's dumb. I hate it.
Okay.
I just hate it because there's there was so much
It's okay. We're gonna get a new Falchion with a more developed character.
I know. I'm happy about that, but it's just... guys, you have 4 riders sick. Oh, hang on. Blades, Buster, Kenzan, Yuri.
Slash.
Sabala Durandal.
Yeah, Sabala Durandal. You had 7 riders fighting against freaking Solomon over there. Toma runs in. Oh, but there's Buck. Now I have to fight him. Everyone's just standing there watching the fight. I'm like, guys, this is what I mean by the worst part of this show is the directing. Why don't you have because it's you need all the riders together. Bullshit, because you transition into a different fighting location the next scene prior. Why didn't you just have Toma start running from that location, have Bach appear to him, and be like, we need to fight? Then you have the conversation. That way you don't just have 8 people in suits just standing there doing nothing. Nothing!
No, they have to
You're
look
just
all
standing
injured.
there! Fucking fight! You're fighting that guy over there who's willing to destroy the world! Why are you just standing there and listening to these other 2 people fight? Do something!
I mean, part of it is none of them are strong enough to really do anything against either of them.
But you could have just had them keep fighting and be like, oh, look, Toma's over there, and then Bach's over there, and they're talking about something. No, you just have them stand there as if they're fucking statues.
Jesus.
So he sounded like Aaron, when he was playing fucking songs about game is garbage.
I hate it. Again, they transitioned to another fighting location because it's okay, cool, you could have had both of them interconnect or something. And then May shows up because May's been doing that for no reason. She knows that she could get injured and most likely killed.
But she still shows up to watch.
She still shows up to watch. That's poor directing. Because it's we have to see her look at the book and get a new page. You could just film that in the main hub. You don't need to just stand there and do nothing.
But that's the thing about May's character, Gar, she doesn't like to be left out. She likes to be a part of it.
You have to have a purpose to the scene, otherwise you're just filling up space.
I know, that's how I feel whenever I'm on the show.
Like, oh my god.
I'm so happy that Kento finally got the fucking stick out of his ass and he picked up Ikuzuchi, and I was like, good.
Let's talk about my biggest problem with the episode. So all the swordsmen are assembled, and Kento shows up with Ikuzuchi and Kuriyami in each hand, and then they start like channeling their powers together to summon the new sword, and then out of nowhere, for no explained reason, the little bird shows up, and Hayato appears and takes Kuriyami, and nobody but Kento reacts to him. No one else sees him there.
And here's the worst part about that. You know, we need someone to hold that sword. You literally have Toma holding both Rekka and freaking the Falchi.
Yeah, sword. Toma's already dual-wielding Rekka and Kiyomu.
It's perfectly fine if you have Kento also dual-wielding the swords, because it's not like they transform in this episode later on. They're just using the powers of the swords and then tossing them into the air to create the Xross Saber, in which, I'm sorry, I just want to quickly go back to the Boxhole demise thing. I get it, it's a tragic thing of like, oh, you don't know what it's like to be immortal, always having the ability to be resurrected and coming back. I lost the woman and child that I loved 1,000 years ago to someone I believed was my friend.
Yeah, I feel like that wasn't expanded upon enough.
Lane, you know what I wanted?
What?
I wanted the Jeed hug. You know what I'm talking. In the Ultraman, in the Ultraman Jeed finale, Jeed, who is the son of Belial, hugs his dad because he sees his memories. He feels his torment of being resurrected time and time again, and he tells his dad, "It's okay. You can die. You don't need to come back. You're tired. You're weak."
I feel like we should have had an episode, or maybe some addition to the Falchian movie, where we got to see him suffer what being an immortal is like for all this time. You know what I mean? Like, give a little more justification to his anger and his emptiness.
You could have expanded on that with Yuri, because, like, you know, it was revealed that Yuri was his best friend 1,000 years ago.
Yep.
Oh, May, go teach him about Instagram.
And the third dude, who was like a big part of why he was so angry, we don't even get the fucking dude's name.
Nope.
You know what I think it would have been a cool twist to be? Storius.
That would have been interesting.
But then again, they stressed it wasn't a Megiddo to show that even the humans are the worst freaking pieces of shit on this earth.
Yep.
But just and then like the world's getting destroyed by its shitty camera work because Solomon's all the way over there. It's like, guys, for fuck's sake, don't you know what a medium shot is? Why are we filming the guy who's talking in the extreme wide shot?
You know.
Anyways, to make the final form.
Yeah, so let's talk about the fucking form. So we get the Haoken Cross Saber.
I really, really, really like the sword. I don't really have much of an opinion on the actual armor, but the sword with the slider that lets you select different powers and then use them is so cool.
So it looks like Haoken Cross Saber is like it's space themed clearly, so it's like the space element, which is sort of what I thought was going to be Durandal's element, but it looks like that's what this one's doing. And yeah, it took me a while to figure out until I saw what the gimmick of the toy is, but that emblem on it is the sun, and the Seiken along the blade represent the planets.
Question. Why is Falchion not on the sword?
Because it's the sword of nothingness, and apparently Kiyomu's part in it is the paths between. It's basically the glue holding all the powers together, is what has been told to me. But I agree that it should have been part of. I think it would have been cool for it to have a usable power in the cross saber.
Because I feel.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because I feel like that was awful that like his sword got to be used to create this new saber.
And then not have a representation in it.
Yeah, but not be represented. It's like, he counts. He counts more than that repaint fuck over there. And then like we get the CGI freaking King Arthur's now in gold.
Oh yeah, they're colored Volgs. Yeah.
But you know they just did that because
some of those because nowhere. I was like, okay,
because Premium Bandai probably in the future.
I'm genuinely surprised they haven't sold that
because they're gonna release it and it's gonna transform. So it's like you gotta show it off.
You gotta.
Me, it just looks like a Gutswing. It's the same colors.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna look up a Gutswing to show you.
Well, yeah. So we get the debut of Kamen Rider Xross Saber, and I will admit. The sword is kind of cool looking. The chime, Jesus Christ, that chime.
Wow.
It's
damn.
Fucking epic. I don't mean that in like, oh, epic. I mean, it's literally an epic.
Oh, man, I like the transformation sequence as well. And the chime.
And man, he has so many different attacks.
That's a Gutswing.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Same colors.
I feel like if he was like a transformer, like I mean like an actual transformer from the.
Make him a triple changer. Robot, sword, jet.
Yeah, there you go.
but you know what happens? More standing around and doing nothing.
To the point of Xross Saber sends out energy across the planet, and they turn into projection manifestations of the riders, while the actual riders are just standing there, mind you, and they all destroy the books across the planet.
Oh, look.
Oh, because they're all flabbergasted by how awesome fucking Saber looks now. Like, whoa.
I feel like they could have, if this is the Sword of Space, I feel like it having the ability to transport other people across space is a reasonable power. And they should have had him actually beam the other riders to those locations and powered them up to destroy the books, because that would have tied into Toma, his desire to fight alongside his friends. Instead, I'm gonna copy your forms and use my own power to defeat the bad things.
Unlike with friggin' Gain
Sort of felt like a Superman the movie sort of moment.
Oh, with the whole reverse Earth thing.
You know what it reminded me of?
What?
No one else is going to know this but me, but it's the debut of Globemon from Digimon Cross Universe, or Digimon Universe, the Apple Monsters season. It had the ability to scan the entire planet and send out laser shots to every digital device on the planet all at once to eliminate millions of viruses within a time limit.
But then it gets worse. Like, okay, it's cool that he was able to transport spiritual versions of them out to destroy the books. But then he just hits a reset button and brings all the buildings back. No consequences. No questioning of lives lost.
Everything's just back
to normal. As if it never
Yep, because Toma's the chosen one.
You know what he did? He's a writer, so he declared everything that just happened non-canon.
That's stupid.
Oh my god, he retconned it!
Am
I the only one who's shocked that his final form weapon is not a pen?
Kainken retcon!
Like, just the pen is mightier than the sword?
No, if you look at the Haoken, it has a little protrusion extending from the tip of the blade. That's the pen. Look at it and tell me I'm wrong.
I want this show.
Yeah, it does look like a pen.
They all just stand there doing nothing.
Because they know none of them can fucking do anything.
But they could.
Even though Blade's just got a power up, he's already relegated to useless like the rest of them.
No, but it's like this.
And I hate saying that, but it's the truth.
Like they could.
No, but like, Gar, you're complaining that they're standing around when like he gets his. That's like every fucking rider when they get the other one so much awe. Like when fucking Koda became Kiwami, what did all the rest of the riders do? They just stood there going, man,
yeah, but there was still
Koda.
Yeah, but there was still an infestation.
An infestation?
Yeah, an infestation. So they were still fighting, but they were also looking at Koda being like, damn, that's pretty cool. they could have written it to be like they're on the ground and they can't get up. But no,
gross.
They stand there. It's like, fuck, this thing has the ability to reset time and space.
I feel like
kill them off.
Like, what they could have done is, like, part of Solomon's way of destroying the planet is, like, flooding the planet with the fucking Megiddo mooks.
Yeah.
And then the other riders would have had something to fight in the meantime.
It worked in the feature. It worked in the feeder special.
Exactly. There's precedent for this. Like, we haven't seen Megiddo mooks. It's definitely been less than 10 times. The only other time I can think of is episode 2.
Remember when Kamen Rider had mooks?
Right?
Remember when it wasn't just
Bastards and...
Remember when it wasn't just Rider against Rider?
But you know what was awesome in this episode? The fucking insert theme. Rewrite the story.
Oh, is that what
so
that was?
Good. That's the one being sung by Toma, Rintaro, and Kento's actors.
I can't wait to hear a full version.
Right? It sounded so good, and I'm so psyched.
Yeah.
But it just, like, it's... Solomon's like, oh, fuck this, I'm out of here after getting attacked. Bitch, we know where you live. We can just gang up on you there.
They won't, though.
But they won't. There's 10 of you, got 9, 10... There's more than...
A lot.
There's a lot of you that could just go up and kick his ass. Kenzo was the smart one. He tried to jump and attack him.
Yeah. And can I just say, I'm still disappointed that the whole Ren hanging out with his ass thing has honestly borne no fruit.
Nothing's really happened. They've just sort of hung out.
They've hung out and eaten food. They have done nothing of note that we've seen. There's nothing about Ren becoming a Mikito that I was hoping for.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing on cool while shooting some ramen inside the mouth.
No, they didn't. The writers didn't know what to fucking do with Ren's pyramid disaster. And
I thought Toei was listening. I said forever ago that Ren needs to become a Megiddo to finish his character arc.
Dude, this is the problem when you have 10 main characters.
I don't know about main characters, but yeah.
Well, is he a writer?
Yeah.
He's a main character.
Yeah.
What's your purpose? To sell the toy. Sell the goddamn toy.
Yeah. So, the episode ends with Disaster yoinking Kiyomu. So we're going to see Disaster become the new Falchion soon.
All because Storius was like, hey, Disaster, come here. Got a job for you.
Yeah. You want to see something cool?
Okay. But why does nobody notice? Toma was even wielding it earlier.
Right? Like, why did it land so far away from him?
It was in the same
show them I can be more nothing than Bach ever was.
I would have, I know it's for dramatic effect, but, why not have Disaster take it while the fight was going on?
It just reminded me of the one shot when Sabala used her smoke to steal Koriyami after Kamijo died.
Fuck, Decker even posted, I'm guessing it's a GIF.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's a GIF. Yeah, it's a GIF.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Something slash fucking fall over.
They're all standing in the same direction.
Uh-huh.
How do you not see a guy dressed in a black suit with a red mask grab the orange sword around the gray building?
Those were a lot of colors.
How do you not see the colorful thing grab the thing?
You know what really freaked me out, though? The fucking ending sequence when there's 10 Tomas for some goddamn reason.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
What would have worked a bit more? Storius comes in, and he's just like, what are you doing? Just laughs and leaves.
Oh, but I'm still waiting for Solomon or Storius, either one of them, to kill the other. So.
Yeah, I feel like that's potential.
It's gonna happen.
Oh, wow. I loved when Storius betrayed his two friends because they didn't do fuck all.
Hey. Zeus did a lot of flipping.
He did.
That doesn't count.
And he recorded his voice lines with his shirt off.
That doesn't.
Mad respect for that.
That doesn't.
No. Mad respect. Mad respect to Zeus.
Yeah. Mad respect to his actor, but
the character was still kind of
Yeah, the actor and character are not the same, but it was the character who was flipping.
Why are they still in the opening?
That's a good question.
2 of them are dead. Master Logos isn't even in the opening.
Right?
No, that's why Forza still has like the best fucking recurring opening updates ever, because like literally every time Forza got a new form or a new switch, they'd always update the next opening in the next episode with it. It was great.
Like, fuck.
Very consistent.
Like, hell, even the fan subbers are starting to get tired of this show because they didn't even translate the title of the episode. They did. I'm like, wait, what am I supposed to write down in my notes? Fine, I'll go to the writer wiki. Fuck, I hate that sleep.
So next week we're going to see Crimson Saber, which is the Cross Saber variant that uses his Wonder Combo. And something about Logos' true intentions. So is it going to turn out that Logos had a good reason for all this stupid shit he did? Because it seemed like he was really just doing it for the lulz.
I want him to end up like Dooku in Revenge of the Sith. Decapitation! I
don't know. I'm just not enjoying Logos as a villain. I want so much to like this show, but Logos as a villain is the one thing I will fully admit is just not satisfying.
He is
was okay for me. Then we watched this part 1 of the Sword of Logos thing, and I'm like, I fucking can't stand this dude.
No, okay. You know what I would prefer?
Next thing we're going to talk about, it'll become apparent that he was always super, as they say, sus. From the very beginning. I'm sorry, I should have not said it that way.
That's okay.
Everyone just fucking yep. They
Okay,
just thought he was good.
All right, hold on. What were you saying, Gar?
I think it would have worked if him were to be the villain. Replace him with Sophia.
Sophia turning out to be the villain would be a nice twist.
Yeah. It'd be like, have her be like the one that's like, oh, there's a traitor in the organization.
And I can already come up with the perfect motivation. She discovers that she was created to be a replacement for Luna, and she was angry about it, and she wanted to change that. It's like, I won't be used as a replacement for somebody. Fuck that.
I won't be used as a tool.
Exactly. That would have been super interesting.
And like, have Master Logos, honestly...
And nobody would have seen it coming.
Be the honest man. Make him older as well, because seriously, I get it.
Don't cast Shinken Gold as a fucking villain. He can't do it.
It's not that he can't do it. He's probably a good actor, but the problem is, I feel like he's just too young.
Yeah.
This guy needs to be like in his 50s.
He's talking about how, like, my family for generations and the long ago mystery, and I'm like, dude, you look like you're fucking just fresh out of college.
Fuck, you know what he look? You know what he looks like? Or, no, you know what he is? He's daddy's rich kid that took over the company because dad unfortunately got the boot.
That's exactly it! That makes perfect sense! It's just like, my dad started this company and he wanted it to protect the world, but fuck that, now I'm in charge and we're gonna do things my way.
Is he that actor? Is he that actor that British actor you really like his character? I don't know.
Sorry?
I was saying, like, is he like that character? Matt
Berry from IT Crowd?
Yes!
He just comes in, Father!
Wait a minute, we're just describing the main antagonist from Ghost.
Oh yeah.
I've never even looked in this drawer before.
A gun!
Look, the book of Omniscience, huh?
I wonder if I've got one to ride books. Click, click, click.
That has to be the fucking thumbnail. It's just Master Logos with Matt Berry's fucking head. Saber!
Caliber! Alright, let's talk about the Sword of Logos special, because this was actually super fun because it filled in a lot of plot holes.
Oh my... So, yeah, the first thing we need to get into is...
The abrupt and sudden, way too close shot of Isaac's face that genuinely startled the fuck out of me.
Guys, you need to film from a medium wide shot. That's extreme close up, you jack.
Too close.
The fact that no Okay, so Deckard, those were the previous Kenzan and Espada.
Oh, I loved when they died.
Yeah, apparently their names were Kagami and Shinsen. They were the previous Espada and Kenzan, and they were murdered by Disaster, and that's about it. That's all you get to know.
In one shot, yeah.
Gives us more views of the backstory flashback scene we've seen a whole bunch of times.
Yes.
To be fair, those two do show up a bit more in the Buster manga.
Oh, okay.
But
Manga.
it's actually pretty good.
I need to read it.
It's a good.
Now, like, yeah, look at that. They get killed off by Disaster by one attack. Like, come on.
Yep.
So stupid. But anyways, so like fucking like Logos is giving like his whole speech of like, oh yeah, so you must like the world, blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, the way he's talking, I'm like, no, I do not buy this guy's fucking bullshit at all. He's clearly evil.
Logos.
Like, no, Gar's been saying to me, like, Lane, when you watch this, it's gonna remind you of like Revenge of the Sith, and oh boy, was Gar right. This reminded me of Revenge of the Sith. Because Caliber, fucking Kento's dad, is basically Anakin fucking Skywalker.
Think of it.
Gullible moron?
Yes.
He sees a dark past. No, he sees a dark future happening. He confronts his master over it. His master tells him, "Don't worry, everything's gonna be all right." The ambush happens. He has to fight his best friend. Many of them are killed, and only 2 survivors are left. Holy shit! It's just Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, all right.
It's Revenge of the fucking Sith.
It's just Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Seiken.
Oh my god.
Revenge of the Saber.
So fucking Hayato, whatever, like that. He. So like as we've learned, we've learned that like, you know, holding the Sword of Darkness, it makes you see like dark, bad futures, and so he sees Master Logos fucking destroying the world, and so he's
let me comment on that real quick.
This outright confirmed the theory that everyone who has the sword will see these things.
Yes, which leads exactly into what I'm about to mention. Why the fuck does every single user of Kuriyami think, you know what the good approach to dealing with this vision of a horrible, destructive future would be? To keep it to myself and not tell anybody about it.
Also,
everyone who has ever done that, except for Kento, decides, you know what? This is a me problem. No one needs to worry about this.
Also, how far into the future do you see?
This happens later, but it makes so much sense. So, like, we were always wondering what the fuck was going through Kami Joe's head, thinking that, like, oh, I need to seek the eternal truth and stuff and become Caliber. It's because he saw the exact same shit that Hayato did.
Yeah, and
he can do this. No, he was like, you know what? I can do this better.
He again decides to do it on his own without trying to involve anyone, and instead decides that it's okay to have everyone he's ever known and loved consider him a traitor.
Did it not go through anyone's head that maybe, hey, let's seal away this sword and never fucking use it ever again?
Yeah, like it's the Sword of Darkness. Did nobody think that maybe using it is a bad idea? Everyone who ever uses it gets these dark visions, and no one fucking does anything about it. If the Sword of Darkness has the ability to see the future, when it was created X number of years ago, like part of the original 2 Seikens, nobody at any part of its creation and passed down process decided to fucking either do something about the fact that it was showing people these dark visions, or to just stop using it, stop passing it down. Yeah. No one questioned this.
I guess it was meant to be the counterbalance with Yuri, who was around 1,000 years ago, which we should address. The Sword of Logos special takes place 17 to 15 years before the show.
Yeah,
it started with 17 years ago,
and then 2 years later,
when the show actually started.
To make a reference to the Bumblebee movie, it's called the Sword of Darkness. Don't you think that raises some red flag?
Yeah.
Yeah, it raises a lot of flags.
It's like when you look
Like-
at the roster of characters, you might as well just put you might as well just put on your shirt, "I'm the bad guy."
Yeah, no, like I after watching this special, I kept seeing Master Logos, and I'm like, no, you have proven this whole time that you're not to be fucking trusted, and the fact that everyone, the old gen and the new gen of swordsmen of Swords of Logos, fucking both just followed your orders without question is complete utter bullshit, and your guys are all stupid.
Oh god, that makes him way older. Fuck, that was 17 years ago, and he was still Master
that's
of
what I
Logos.
hated too. Like we saw Daishinji, we saw fucking Ogami, like 17 years before it. They did not look like a fucking day.
Nobody aged in 17 years.
Which one was Slash?
Daishinji?
Well, that's the joke, Lane. The joke is that we don't know how old he is.
Maybe the idea is that once you claim a Seiken, you just don't age.
Like fuck, even the manga where like they address how old Ogami was, which he's like in his 30s. So like when you reach your 30s, you sort of stop aging.
Yeah. I also, speaking of Ogami, how hilarious was it that like they're talking to him and it's like, oh, are you expecting a kid? Nah, I'd make a terrible father.
2 years later.
Like yeah, like he goes up to Hayato and he's like having a kid. He just becomes like the most important thing like the world.
Oh
and
no!
I was like, oh.
Oh no! If you read the Buster manga, he left the infant alone to go fight a Megiddo.
I mean, he did that in the show too, I think.
No.
Where's his mom?
No. Oh, she's alive.
Where's his wife?
She's actually alive.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like no, like infant. You know, Sora's like what, 5, 6 now, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm talking
baby.
He left the baby alone to go fight a Megiddo. And even freaking Slash over here is like, dude, baby.
So I did like whenever we're like talking to each other, like you could tell that they've been like longtime friends, and like you know, like Kamijo's trying to like figure out like what's going on with them, and like I wish they would have like addressed like a thing where like I think there should have been like a plot in the thing where like they knew about like him having these visions and they were like, and Kamijo would go up to him and go, oh, are you having that vision again about the world ending? Don't worry about it. Like as long as we're together, we won't let that happen.
That's exactly what I was just saying. Like I feel like Hayato keeping all these visions to himself is a stupid move.
Yeah. But then, like, we get, like, a really nice scene where he's like, yeah, I know, like, you're all, like, feeling down and stuff, and he's just like, it's okay, I've still got my son, like, you know, like, I love him.
Yeah.
He actually was, like, a caring father, so...
Yeah.
Well, it's either that or go be an Orphanok.
Yeah. Or, Fuwajuzo from Zenkaiger.
I'd rather be the Orphanok, I can at least still play guitar.
Yeah. So he eventually takes his vision to Master Logos and tells him about it. And
oh, cool.
No, about that was what was happening was we have to destroy the world so we can recreate it to be a world without conflict where everyone can be happy. I was totally not gonna murder everyone for fun. I pinky promise you, bro. And Hayato just looks at that and goes, yeah, okay.
No, and...
like the most sinister way anyone possibly could.
Yeah, and
guys, is it possible to learn this technique? Not from the organization.
Not from Logos.
Not from Logos. Did I ever tell you about the previous Master Logos before me?
You've never seen any of them.
Fuck, you need to watch Revenge of the Sith Ichi.
Also, can I just say, like, there's supposed to be these, like, 4, like, wise men that, like, Logos went with, like, when did he kill them? Because, like, shouldn't they have been there?
Yeah, like, the seats are empty, so either he killed them forever ago and nobody asked about them, or they were just hanging out in the back every time we were supposed to see them.
I don't know.
And then there's this real funny scene where, like, Hayato's getting, like, a vision. Starts, like, swinging his sword around like a madman, just, like, yelling, and then he... And Sophia just comes out being, like, oh my goodness! Like, poor Caliber.
Yeah. I also like that Logos manipulated Hayato by telling him, see, if you follow my plan, your son is going to grow up and be the protagonist. He's going to be the one to save the world. And that like seals the deal in his fucking deception.
So he made him do the most fucked up thing. Oh, see that little girl? She's the key to fucking everything. Go kill her.
Kill her.
Kill her now.
It wasn't a kill her, it was a capture her.
Yeah, just good.
I think he meant to kill her.
Just. Well, fuck. It's not. Yeah. Good job, Hayato. Do it.
Execute Saber 66.
Yep. It did involve inflicting violence upon children.
Oh my god.
Yeah, look, there he is, like, stalking Luna behind a fucking tree. I'm like, oh man. Oh man.
Oh jeez, oh man.
So yeah, then we get like the context with like the flashback where like, you know, he like Hayato releases a bunch of Megiddo so all the other swordsmen distracted while he like goes to get Luna, and then Kamijo fucking he's like, no, I'll go after him. I know him the best. So
and thus the events from the first episode take place. The giant war against the Megiddo happened.
Saber's desperation attack that eventually bequeaths Brave Dragon to little Toma.
The little 7-year-old Toma or something? I don't know.
And then we see Kamijo pursue him to that other area where they attempt to have a conversation, but then it just ends up with Kamijo murdering Hayato.
Oh, did I mention this was directed
he
by
grabs the
Koichi
sword,
Sakamoto?
then he sees the vision of the bad world. He's oh my god,
this
can't happen.
Hold on. Say that again.
Oh, did I forget to mention this was directed by Koichi Sakamoto?
That's why there was a big explosion.
Yeah, that explains the giant explosions.
But yeah, so Hayato gets murdered by Kamijo, and then Kamijo picks up Kuriyami and immediately starts seeing the same visions, and that's why he knew about everything that was happening. And I think at that point he figured out what Logos' plan was, and that it involved all the Seiken, because that's the only justification I can think of why his next move was to open a portal of darkness and fucking huck Rekka into it and seal it up for 15 years. And that's why Logos' plans never moved forward for 15 years. Because Rekka was hidden in a pocket of dark space until Toma picked it up in episode 1.
So it's Toma's fault.
No, it's Kamijo's fault. Oh, you mean why it's Toma's fault why Logos' plans are proceeding?
Yeah.
I mean, the argument could be made. If Rekka had stayed sealed away, then Logos couldn't have done shit.
But then again, he knew about the dark dimension. Could have just went there himself.
Then why didn't he in 15 years?
Because I don't fucking know.
Because Kamijo went rogue with Kuriyami. And Logos couldn't, and I feel like Logos wanted to pursue him but couldn't, because then his evil motives would be revealed.
You know what? It's Master Logos' fault for being an asshole wanting to destroy the world.
I mean, yeah, that's the real problem.
No, you know what? You know what? It's the 2,000 years ago of those assholes entering Wonderworld. It's their fault.
Okay.
No.
Do you know?
No. In that case, it's Mesopotamia's fault, because that's where human civilization began.
God damn it!
You know what? This special has actually showed me the true lesson to be learned from the Kamen Rider Saber in its entirety.
People suck.
Don't try to do shit by yourself.
Exactly.
Your friends. Tell your friends about shit. Tell your allies.
Open up to
Let
people.
them help you. Open up to people. Don't keep shit closed in. That is why all this shit has happened, because people have tried to do shit on their own because they think they can't they can shoulder their problems, not let anyone else help.
I mean, that's kind of been the show's message from the beginning, ever since like Toma's amnesia and Kento was bearing everything by himself.
Could have just told them from the start. But then again, if you let out how you feel inside, there's no show.
I mean, they did it eventually.
It could be a show. There's no show. No.
So after throwing Rekka into the darkness, his plan was, oh, I need more power so I can fight the person who manipulated Hayato. You know what will get me more power? Partnering up with the monsters that want to destroy the fucking world.
I mean, to be fair, that is a good idea.
I mean, sure.
Well,
I mean, didn't he just do that so he could get Zhao Dragon?
He already had Zhao Dragon.
No, he had Jaku Dragon. Zhao Dragon was created during the show. So, I guess... But I feel like
he did want King of Arthur originally because I guess he thought that would work, and then Toma took that, so he's like, "Fuck, I need something better."
And then they made Zhao Dragon.
Yeah.
So in the end, he wasn't a major asshole.
He was just misunderstood.
Could have told Sophia. Could have told Buster.
But no, he didn't want to involve everyone. Just like every other asshole with Kuriyami.
So the other lesson to be learned from this show: seal away Kuriyami.
Yeah,
don't use that sword ever again.
That sword is nothing but problems.
Why do we keep it around? It's like the broken fire hydrant, or like the fire extinguisher. Why do we keep it around? It's just broken. I don't know. In case we need it.
It was so disheartening when you... It was so, like, at the start of the show, they've got so many fucking swordsmen, and then by the end of the special, the only ones left are fucking Slash and Buster.
Busting definitely made him feel good after that, though.
That's why he has a kid.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because, like, Buster just got there, and then they got killed, and he couldn't do anything, and then Daishinji's sword was fucking sealed away. Or broken because of the explosion, so...
Yeah, but basically, the first 20 minutes is just this special...
Filling in the gaps with the backstory.
No, and then the last 10 minutes is filling in the gaps.
Filling in the gaps of everything during the show.
Yeah, for early...
Also, we didn't even get to see, like, full-on zoo... Like, we did get to see Blades, the former Blades, get killed, but, like, at first it was just like, oh yeah, Blades was killed. And it's like, oh.
Oh yeah, by the way, Nagamine's been murdered also. Oh, cool, excellent.
This day can't get any worse. Ogami, I'm pregnant. Oh.
So,
yeah.
The thing that I liked hearing the most about the last 10 minutes, they went into Kamijo's reasons for why he was trying to stop Toma and defeat him and take Rekka. Apparently, he wanted to take Rekka off of Toma because he didn't want him getting involved in this fight. And you know, that kind of makes sense, given what we've seen prior.
Yeah.
And also, Kamijo, when he defeated Kento in episode 12, 13, whatever, he purposefully sealed his own son in the Shadow Realm to protect him. That was interesting to find out.
Right, no, Hayato was his father.
Or, yeah, sorry. But what I meant is, Kamijo, as Caliber, sealed Kento in the Dark Realm in order to protect him from getting involved with the evil goings-on.
And that just made things worse.
This is how I repent for failing to save my best friend. I can at least protect his son.
Great, you turn him into an emo asshole.
Exactly.
And now I'm just thinking about it now. Holy shit, we never got...
I'm just thinking about Pearl.
Well, no, I'm just thinking about it now. Holy shit, we never did get Project Bowser Part 2.
Here's my one problem with this special. After Kamijo died, Reika picked up Kuriyami. No visions. Reika held Kuriyami in her hands. No visions. Nothing. Everyone else who's ever touched that sword got the visions.
Because you have to be a human. Wait, who are we talking about now?
Reika. Sabala. She picked up Kuriyami after Kamijo died.
Bitch, her heart's cold as ice already. Or maybe she did see the future. We just don't need to see it.
Maybe she saw it and just didn't fucking care.
Yeah,
she saw her awesome badass brother wielding it.
It's just like
oh my god, he's so cool.
She picks up the sword, sees the visions of the world getting destroyed. That's cool.
Hey, Master Logos, we should do something about that. Oh, but I am, my dear.
And another one of my questions from earlier got answered. I was wondering if Reika took Kuriyami back to Southern Base, how the fuck did Kento get it? It turns out that he just woke up and respawned inside of the base as Caliber and just fucking walked out.
Yep.
Here is your new jacket. Now get the hell out. You have failed the competition. Here's a lifetime supply of food, water, and a plane ticket to Canada.
Seriously, we're sick of your shit.
Master Orb made a good point. Maybe she was wearing gloves.
I don't think she was.
So
Maybe.
it has to be skin to skin contact to see.
Yes,
Maybe,
exactly.
Maybe the sword is sexist and it doesn't like women.
Or maybe the sword was
I thought you were just gonna say maybe the sword is sexual.
Or maybe the sword.
Or yummy.
Or maybe the sword had a night out the day before, and he was just like, "Huh? I don't feel like showing you the vision yet. I'm tired. Give me a few more hours to sleep." Why do I give inanimate objects like lives?
I don't know.
First, in extra, I made Power Rangers into an ex-girlfriend. And now I'm over here talking about a sword having a night out.
Jerry is suggesting maybe it corrupts people with good wills and Reika was immune. I would have believed that if we didn't find out that Reika and Ryoga genuinely believed they were serving the cause of justice working under Logos.
I don't know.
They were stupid and naive, but they thought they were doing the right thing.
Or here's the thing.
They all
maybe.
thought they were doing the right thing.
Maybe since it's not written by the head writer, it wasn't properly explained.
I don't know.
I you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I miss Tassel.
Yeah, right. They showed him for one frame, and just like, oh yeah, the 5 humans who discovered Wonderworld. One became the Wonderworld Guardian. They showed Tassel for 5 seconds, and that's it. I'm like,
yeah.
I know he's healing from being fucking zorped by Logos, but like, shouldn't he be better by now?
Zorped.
He got book zorped.
Zorped.
He got zorped. He got zorped. Pew zorp.
Zorp.
Okay, Ichi, from now on, every time we talk about defeated or something in a rider,
you got zorped.
So then Kami Joe got zorped by Saber.
We can't say the word death anymore. You got zorped.
Yeah, get zorped.
Let me get some zorpts in the chat.
Hashtag get zorped.
Get zorped.
I wish I was the title of the episode.
So, okay, so in the end, the Sword of Logos, I like this because it explains a lot, it gives more context to stuff in the show, and we now have the realization that everyone's fucking stupid and don't use the Sword of Darkness.
Yeah.
What do you expect? They're all homeschooled practically.
And, you know, the whole thing with, like, how Logos said to Hayato that Kento was going to be the chosen one, and they were like, oh, sorry, it turns out actually this other kid's the chosen one. You know what that smacked of? Sora and Riku from Kingdom Hearts with the being chosen Keyblade wielders. Kento was supposed to be the chosen one, but it went to Toma instead. Riku was supposed to be the Keyblade wielder, but no, it's Sora.
Like, the way Master Logos, like, talked to fucking everyone and is like, that's like if you, like, started, like, a new job and, like, met, like, the manager. It's just like, oh, by the way, Billy, I'm gonna need you to take Joseph's shift tonight.
What?
Why are you talking like that? That's just how I am.
For no reason.
You
Like,
don't.
I wouldn't want to work for someone who, like, acts like that. It's super weird.
I just have to say, you know what this reminds me of, which is like super random, but did anyone else watch the movie G-Force?
I don't think so.
Guinea pig movie?
The guinea pig movie?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay. So, I'm sorry.
okay.
I am going to say warning. Spoilers for G-Force.
Okay.
So, okay. So in G-Force, the villain for the vast majority of the movie is a character named Leonard Saber, who is a CEO of a huge technological company.
Leonard Saber. That's
oh
amazing.
my god, you're right. His name is Saber. I somehow that never actually it's spelled. But okay, so he does things like evilly plot while holding a glass of wine and swirling it.
Classic.
saying
Oh my god.
all of these things in his speeches that sound like super sinister, but it turns out he was completely innocent the entire time. At the end, the real villain is someone else. He was being played the whole time, but we see him alone acting like a supervillain. So the question is, he's not actually evil, he just acts evil because it's fun? And like,
I like twists like that.
Thing. I love that. He's awesome because of that. I know that it's just probably writing issues, but the fact that he's like, I'm a rich technology magnate. I can totally go and swirl my wine up in my room and say, yes, I'm going to change the world.
Ichi,
not actually evil.
So that's him. Do you know who that is? That's Davy Jones.
Oh, all right.
It is.
That's Bill Nye. Bill Nye.
Yep, that's him.
Cool.
My god.
So yeah, he does things like this the whole movie, but he's not in any way evil. He's completely innocent. No. He's totally shocked when he finds out, like, wait, this isn't what my things were supposed to do.
No, but the way they should have written Master Logos, honestly, and Ichi, I think, will agree with me on this. They should have written him like they did Aizen in Bleach.
I've never seen Bleach, so
I feel like
have him show up throughout the entire show, like, you know, like Toma meets him and like he like, because Aizen's like the super fucking nice guy. He's so friendly. He's like, you know, he respects everyone. And he does his job. In the end, he's like the biggest fucking betrayal ever.
And then he pulls off his glasses, slicks up his hair, and decides he's evil. Well, not decides. It was always in the thing. And reveals he's
evil. So I feel like that's how they should have written Master Logo.
Yeah.
See this guy until like fucking like past halfway point of the show. So I feel like they should have had this guy just be all super nice and everything like that, and, you know, maybe even mentor Tom a bit, make him feel comfortable being in this organization, and then just like he feels betrayed, and it's more impactful. You know, the
show's supposed to be big about betrayal, but I feel like Logos being a villain surprised exactly 0 people.
Like he just feels like one of those like 80s cartoon villains, or like from the 90s, where he's just that darn Saber and his friends. I'll get them next time.
Yeah.
Wait, you just said 80s cartoon villains from the 90s,
or like 80s cartoon villains, or from the 90s.
80s, 90s villains.
I was thinking, like, is there some kind of like when 80s villains were rebooted in the 90s? They were more
sure. Why not?
So, anyways, I guess that wraps up this episode of Castranger.
Saber, I'm trying really hard to like you.
Fucking do something. Don't stand around.
Don't kill Master.
About Kamen Rider Saber.
Just kill Master Logos, please. Just kill him.
No, don't kill. No.
Just end the show.
Just stab him a little.
He's the villain. He needs to.
No. We're not being Bamba today.
We're not stabbing, but it's called Kamen Rider Saber, Emily. It's all about stabbing.
No, it's about not stabbing.
The stabber in your hand.
No,
and that's what needs to happen. Bamba needs to just come in at the last, stab Master Logos.
No, I got it.
Can Bamba be the new Buster?
Here's
yes.
Here's how Master Logo should die.
None of us liked that season, but we all are we all seem to like them.
Yep.
Here's how Master Logo should die. He's fighting one of the riders. He has a sword in his hand. He has the golden
Kalabog.
Yeah, Kalabog in his hand. He's swinging away at Saber or someone, whoever. I don't give a shit who it is anymore. It gets flung out of his hand, and it stands up, laying in the dirt with the hilt in the ground and the sword sticking up. Master Logos knows some hand-to-hand combat, but then he gets kicked. He gets a rider kick. He gets flung back a bit, and he's like, "Ha! You think you can stop me?" The bastard slips, and he gets impaled by his own sword.
Ooh.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
They're just like, oh, shit. And it's just like, oh. Dude, we're just gonna lock him up.
The saber in your gut.
Emily, I'm very sorry, but this is a Kamen Rider series about swords. I expect to see some stabbing at some point.
And just, you know,
slicing, not stabbing.
No, you know what?
Kamen Rider knife. It's
I actually agree with
curtains because I'm afraid of getting stabbed.
I actually agree with Jerry in our chat. I think Storius is gonna pull some gremlin shit. I've been saying that forever.
Oh, like very last minute. He's literally just gonna jump in, cut him in half.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, now I'm the villain.
Just yoink the powers for himself. I've never fully believed that Storius would work for Logos. It's gotta be a ploy.
It's something. I don't know. We got, what's like 10? We got 10 episodes left to Saber.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Alright, thank you all. That has been Castranger.
It's been very tiring.
Yeah. As usual, the primary source of our hijinks is castranger.podbean.com. From there you can find our Facebook page where I post thumbnails, our Twitter account, our Patreon where you can pledge to help us make the show better, our Discord server where you can listen live and chat with other cool fans, and our merch page where you can buy shirts and office supplies and all kinds of shit with our emblems. What are you laughing about?
Are you okay?
Garth's looking at an old meme of his.
Sorry.
What is it?
Oh, explain later. This has been Radio Sentai.
If you want to find out what that meme is, you have to join the Discord. How's that for baiting?
It isn't even on the Discord.
Yes, it is.
Where was it posted?
Before we started.
Oh, by the way, Kikai Radio Sentai Castranger. We're going back to the show era once again.
Oh boy, that's what I like.
To talk about the one episode series that is Kamen Rider Z Cross.
Oh no, are we finally talking about Z Cross?
Birth of 10 Kamen Riders all together.
Oh no, Kamen Rider Naruto.
Oh good, I've always wanted to watch the Z Cross movie.
Oh, now you can, because it's legally available on YouTube's.
That's my favorite kind of available.
You can watch it on the YouTubes where you see old Showa riders go up to Z Cross. Hey man, here's a VHS tape.
I am Amazon.
No, here's a VHS tape. It has our origin stories
Oh
on
my
it.
god, really?
An actual VHS tape.
Oh my god.
They're like, the fuck is this? Anyways, stay Sentai. Stay Sentai.
Thank you all for listening, watching, liking, favoriting, sharing, subscribing, hitting the bell, and being awesome. Don't forget to use our code in the description for Skip the Dishes if you don't have an account yet.
And if you're an upcoming director or wants to work in the film industry,
go work for Toei.
Yeah.
Don't have actors just stand around doing nothing. Have them do something. Like, if it's a boardroom meeting, yeah, of course, everyone sit the fuck down. But, like, if it's a giant battle scene, don't have anyone stand around.
You're really on this, aren't you?
As someone that went to film school, yes.
No, I get it.
As someone that cares about plot, yes. As someone who wishes this show to be better, yes.
As someone who wants you to tune into the next episode next week.
Wait,
yes.
Why is Vega saying I hate continuity? I watch Ultraman. That's the best type of continuity.
It's ultra-nudity.
It's ultra-nudity.
I know.
It sounds like it says ultra-nudity. Never mind.
Ultra-nudity.
Wait, Ultraman are already naked.
I was going to say, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well.
Stay Sentai.
Well, this has gone off the rails real quick. Bye!
Bye.